In this section, we're going to look at the social media journey, goal setting, social media audit, and then creating a strategy, and ultimately how a strategy will lead to social media success. Did you know that companies with a clear strategy that regularly measure their efforts see 60% faster growth than those without a plan? One of the pitfalls or challenges of social media is the time investment required to actually do social media correctly and build a comprehensive base that will work for you now and in the future. Most companies just dive straight in and set up any old profiles just because they think they have to. Another big challenge of social media is the sheer number of platforms that exist in the social media sphere. Chaos. There's so many platforms, in fact, that your business could be on. Even if you were just to look at the major players and a couple of others, we're still looking at a dozen different, very reliable social media platforms that all have enough traffic to merit serious consideration. When you're trying to balance time and your available resources, and you're potentially new to social media, of course, it can feel very overwhelming. Goal setting is a vital part of the social strategy. You need to set clear goals or you'll just become silly busy and lose sight of what you're trying to do with social media. Remember in the first section we talked about social media being like a free puppy? If you don't have those clear goals or a success criteria defined, how do you know that all of the effort you and your team are putting into social media is actually paying off? Okay, stop there. Before we run off and start setting your goals and you start thinking about what you want to achieve, we're going to do an exercise of looking at where you are on your social media journey. We do this so you can understand how the path to social media success looks. Now, of course, opinions on where you are on social media might differ between you, your team, and your customers. But try and place yourself, based on the knowledge you have, on the washing line, the steps to social media success, the journey to social media success that we're about to show you. The first stage is traditional. These are the baby steps of social media, or even its preconception within the organization. Little to no social media listening or planning is happening, or has happened, and there might even be some skepticism in the business about the value of what is being said on social and how it can help your organization to achieve its bigger goals. Don't be too disappointed if you're here. It's best to admit it, and then of course you're going to be in a better place to improve. The next step is experimental. This is where you're trying out various tactics and bits and pieces of stuff, but this potentially ends up with a disconnect and varying results. This can be a period of experimentation or trying this and trying that, but it's also where companies can be the most vulnerable. Next up is the operational stage. This is the bit where your engine is starting to warm up. This is where you might get your first success or start to see some results. It normally means that your efforts are in sync with social engagement strategies, training and alignment. The integration is basically beginning to deliver some results. The final stage is impactful or high impact. This is social engagement that is driving business results. This is done by utilizing the systems and tools that you've put in place. They're fully refined and competent across the board. Well done if you've already at this stage. However, every part of the social journey has its risks and challenges, and an organization should never sit still, because social media definitely doesn't. Okay, so attached to this lecture is your social media strategy workbook. What I want you to do is download this workbook. It's a PDF. Now, you can either print it off and write directly onto it, or what you can do is you can get a notepad and jot down your ideas based on the sections in the workbook. The first section of the workbook is based on the social media journey, and it's a really simple challenge. I want you to look at the steps and review this lecture again if you need to, and decide where are you honestly, where are you on your social media journey at the moment. So at this minute in time, where are you on your social media journey. And I want you to jot down the reasons why you think you're at that stage.